guys, so some of you may know that Wednesday on my blog is comic book day, although as of late it has been whatever I can think of nerdy-ish related because I haven't been pulling comics. I did a while ago wrap up a bunch of trades that I've been working on, and now I'm starting a new cycle, so I haven't finished any comics as of late. But I did manage to snag a copy of one that I had started over the summer and had lost while I was at work. So I'm going to review that one for you guys today. I'm sure you know from the title, but I'm going to be reviewing Runaways, Battleworld, written by Noelle Stevenson, art by Green, cover by Rauch. I'm not sure, it might be both written by Stevenson and Green and art by Rauch. In any case, this is a Marvel title. This takes place on a planet where a bunch of supers and non-supers have sort of been left. It takes place in a school. It follows a particular group of kids who in the first episode all end up in detention together for various reasons and the events that ensue after that. Now, if you follow me on Goodreads, you know that I gave this comic 2 stars, which is, I think, the lowest I have rated a comic in a long time. I had really high hopes for this one because I enjoy Lumberjanes by Noelle Stevenson. I have some issues with it, but I do enjoy it. I read the entirety of the first arc and then stopped because I didn't feel it was for me anymore. But I also enjoyed Nimona. I follow her on Twitter. She's a lovely person, and I really wanted to like this sort of first major comic that she's doing. I also like the idea of a group of teenagers. When I was growing up, one of my favorite TV shows was Teen Titans, and then, of course, with that was the comic. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed Red Hood and the Outlaws. I enjoy Lumberjanes. I even really enjoy a new title, which is Gotham Academy, that has been coming out, which is similar, ragtag group of kids at school. These, of course, are mostly normal kids in Gotham, but then there are a few of them who have weird powers and stuff. But that's something you find out if you read this. I would recommend this one. But for me, I think the problem with Battleworld is that there were too many characters. Noelle Stevenson was able to make them very unique, but at the same time, I think there were just too many of them for me to really care about. On top of that, it was very action-packed. I haven't been reading a lot of superhero comics. I've been reading superhero adjacent or like indie, like writer owned comics as of late, and going back to the superhero stuff, I didn't realize just how high intensity they were, and I don't think that's something that I want out of my comics for like every single issue that comes out to be high intensity, constantly coming at me with new action, new problems, keep going, keep moving, and it stressed me out, and I wasn't into it, and I didn't care about the characters who I was supposed to because they kept getting into trouble, and there were just some slight issues with that for me. I do think that it's well written and that all of the characters are very unique, and you can sort of see everything in them that Noelle Stevenson puts into them. They have interesting and sort of confrontational relationships with each other at some points, but it wasn't enough to keep me really loving this comic. The other thing that I had a slight problem with was that there was just this one Asian kid in the group. He had no superpowers other than maybe being a giant nerd, and I feel like he was a little bit stereotypically portrayed. Not even just a little bit, like really stereotypically portrayed, the classic smart Asian nerd who tries really hard and knows how to do everything on computers and all of that stuff. And while that's fine for a character, I didn't like how it was so stereotypical. People often talk about how we need to show diversity in comics, and this one does have diversity. There's African American characters with interesting dynamics. There's like a troll girl. Like, all of these things are really good, but when the one sort of Asian boy is still the classic Asian character, we're not going far enough, and I feel like Asian culture is one that is not spoken out about as much as being sort of still racially classified, along with Native American stuff. There has been some talk recently, but all of these different races and ethnicities and ways to identify need to be made more diverse, because there's different people. They're people, they're not a group that is entirely just the same thing. And of course, there's stereotypes of everything, but that's one of the other things that I had a problem with. Would I recommend Runaways Battleworld? If you really like superheroes, if maybe you're a younger person, like a teenager or somebody else who wants to see people your age running around in comics, I would maybe recommend this one. For me, it wasn't the best. Again, too high intensity, too many characters constantly doing stuff. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get attached to them like I wanted to. So, probably not for most people. But if what I said interested you, obviously go pick it up. I'm always willing to support the artist and the writer. Again, Noelle Stevenson is awesome. I have liked her other works. This one just wasn't for me. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a good Tuesday if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, and Wednesday if you're on the blog. I will be back soon with something for Friday. I have not decided yet if I finish a book this week, as I have been desperately trying to. I might do a book review, or I've also been listening to Room by Emma Donoghue, so I might do a Flicks episode. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.